Good morning, Emily. How are you today?
Good morning, Mr. Smith. I'm good, thank you. How about you?
I'm doing well, thank you for asking. It's always a pleasure to see enthusiastic students like you. By the way, how has your week been so far?
It's been okay, Mr. Smith, but I've been feeling a bit nervous about something.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Is there something specific on your mind?
Yes, it's about speaking in English. I feel so afraid and unsure whenever I have to speak in class.
I see it's completely normal to feel a bit nervous, especially when learning a new language. Can you tell me what specifically makes you feel anxious about speaking English?
I think it's the fear of making mistakes. I worry that others will judge me if I say something wrong.
I understand, Emily. Making mistakes is a natural part of the learning process, and it's how we improve. Everyone in the class is here to learn, and there's no judgment. What can we do to make you feel more comfortable speaking in English?
I'm not sure, Mr. Smith. Maybe some tips on how to overcome this fear or practice more.
Great idea! One effective way is to practice speaking English outside of the classroom. You could find language exchange partners or join conversation clubs. It's a supportive environment where making mistakes is encouraged. Additionally, don't hesitate to ask questions in class. It's a valuable part of the learning process.
That makes sense, but what if I still feel nervous?
It's okay to feel nervous, Emily. One helpful strategy is positive visualization. Imagine yourself speaking confidently and successfully in English. Also, start with simple sentences and gradually build up to more complex ones. Remember, it's about progress, not perfection.
I'll try that, Mr. Smith. Thank you for the advice. I guess I just need to push myself a bit more.
You're welcome, Emily. I believe in your abilities. And I'm here to support you every step of the way. Language learning is a journey, and you're making great strides.
Thank you, Mr. Smith. Your support means a lot to me. I'll definitely take your advice to heart and start practicing more.
That's the spirit. I also recommend incorporating English into your daily life. Watch English movies or TV shows. Read English books and try to think in English. The more exposure you have, the more confident you'll become.
I'll give it a try. It sounds challenging. But I guess that's how you really learn a language.
Absolutely. Language is not just about grammar and vocabulary. It's about communication, and the more you immerse yourself in it, the more comfortable you'll become. By the way, have you considered joining any language-related activities outside of school?
I haven't thought about that before. Are there any specific activities you would recommend?
There are language exchange meetups, where people gather to practice different languages. It's a great opportunity to meet new friends and gain confidence in speaking. You might also find local community centers that offer language classes or conversation groups. It's a fun way to learn and connect with others who share similar goals.
That sounds interesting. I'll look into those options.
Remember, it's not about being perfect, it's about progress. Everyone starts somewhere, and the important thing is to keep moving forward. How about we set some small, achievable goals together to track your progress?
That sounds like a good idea. What kind of goals do you suggest?
Let's start with something manageable. How about speaking up at least once in every English class this week? It could be a question, a comment, or just sharing your opinion gradually. We can increase the challenge as you become more comfortable.
Okay, I can do that. It's a bit nerve-wracking, but I'll give it a try.
That's the spirit. I have confidence in you. And I'm sure you'll do great. Remember, each small step you take is a step toward improvement. Now, let's explore ways to make your English learning experience even more enjoyable. Have you considered incorporating music or podcasts into your routine? They can be a fantastic way to enhance your listening skills and get used to different accents and expressions.
That's a great suggestion, Mr. Smith. I do enjoy music. And I've heard that it can be helpful. Do you have any specific recommendations?
Absolutely. You could start by listening to songs with clear lyrics. Choose a few that you like and try to understand the meaning behind the words. It's a fun way to learn new vocabulary and improve your pronunciation. As for podcasts, there are plenty of options based on your interests, whether it's news, storytelling, or educational content.
I've never thought of learning English through music before, but it sounds like a fun approach.
Learning should be enjoyable. Speaking of which, have you considered incorporating games into your language practice? There are many language learning apps and online platforms that offer interactive games to improve your grammar, vocabulary, and overall language skills.
Games, that sounds interesting. Do you have any specific recommendations?
Certainly, there are apps like Duolingo Babbel and Quizlet that offer engaging games and activities to reinforce language concepts. They make learning feel like a game, which can be both entertaining and educational. It's a great way to break the monotony of traditional study methods.
I'll check those out. It sounds like a more enjoyable way to practice. Thanks for the suggestion, Mr. Smith.
You're welcome, Emily. Learning a language is not just about textbooks and formal lessons. It's about finding joy in the process. Now, speaking of joy, have you thought about incorporating English into your hobbies?
I'm not sure how I could do that. Most of my hobbies don't seem related to language learning.
You might be surprised. For example, if you enjoy cooking, you could try following recipes in English. It not only helps you understand cooking terminology, but also allows you to practice reading and following instructions. The key is to integrate English into activities you already enjoy.
That's a creative idea, Mr. Smith. I never thought about applying English to my hobbies. I'll give it a try.
Fantastic! It's all about finding ways to make language learning a seamless part of your daily life. And don't forget, I'm here to support you every step of the way.
I really appreciate that, Mr. Smith. You've given me a lot to think about and try. I'm feeling more motivated to overcome my fear of speaking in English.
That's the spirit, remember. Every effort you put in is a step toward improvement. And if you ever feel overwhelmed or need guidance, don't hesitate to reach out.
Listeners, I hope you like this conversation. If you cool and improve your English a little more, please subscribe to the channel and share this video with friends. And if you want to support this channel, you can join us or click on the super think button. Thanks.